My big feet don't fit. Deep in the middle of a great snowy forest, where the mountains reached high into the clouds and pine trees wore thick white hats of snow, there lived a very unusual creature. His name was Bigfoot. Now, Bigfoot was not the kind of creature who wanted to hide in dark caves or frighten people. No. Bigfoot loved having fun, he loved laughing, and most of all, he loved playing sports. There was only one little problem. Bigfoot had very, very big feet. In fact, his feet were so enormous that whenever he walked through the snow, he left footprints as wide as a dinner plate. One winter morning, Bigfoot was sitting in his cozy cave, looking through a magazine he had found in the forest. Suddenly, his eyes grew wide. Wow! Skiing! Bigfoot had never tried skiing before, but it looked quite tremendous. He imagined himself gliding down a snowy mountain, zooming past the trees and racing through the snow faster than the wind. "I'm going skiing," Bigfoot announced. So Bigfoot climbed to the top of the mountain and found himself a pair of skis. He placed the skis on the snow, then he found a pair of ski boots. Bigfoot picked it up. He looked at it. Then he looked at his feet. Then he looked at the boots again. Let me try. And push, he tried. No, it didn't work. He tried again. Push. But his enormous toes were sticking out from every side. "Oh dear," Bigfoot said. "These boots are much too small." He reached and reached until he found the biggest pair of ski boots in the entire ski shop. But it still didn't fit. Bigfoot sighed. "Perhaps skiing isn't the sport for me." Just then he heard a familiar voice behind him. "Bigfoot!" He turned around, and it was his friend Bella. Bella was another Bigfoot who lived on the other side of the mountain. She was smaller than Bigfoot, but she still had very big feet. "What happened?" she asked. "I wanted to go skiing, but my feet are too big for the ski boots." Bella thought for a moment. Don't worry, Bigfoot. There are plenty of other sports you can try." You're right." And so the two friends went off to find another sport. The next morning, Bigfoot saw a horse walking by, and he thought to himself, "Wait a minute, I love horses. I could try horse riding." He had always admired horses. They are strong and fast. Perhaps I could become a great horse rider. Bigfoot climbed on a large, gentle horse named Thunder. He sat up. He held the reins. Everything seemed perfect. Then Bigfoot looked down. He needed to place his feet into the stirrups. Bigfoot lifted one enormous foot. He tried to put it into the first stirrup, but his foot was too big. He tried the other one. It didn't work. He tried putting only his toes inside. No luck. Finally, he looked down at his enormous feet and sighed again. Perhaps horse riding isn't the sport for me. "Don't be sad," said Bella. "We can try another sport." The next sport Bigfoot tried was basketball. "Basketball!" Bigfoot shouted happily. He had seen people bouncing orange balls across a court and throwing them into a hoop. How difficult can it be? He thought. You bounce the ball, bounce it twice, and then swoosh, you throw the ball. And indeed, it was easy. He was killing it. However, the coach said, "You need to wear the basketball shoes. Otherwise, you will trip and fall and make your team lose." "All right," said Bigfoot. He tried putting on one. His foot didn't fit. He tried the other. It didn't fit either. Bigfoot tried pushing his foot into the shoe with all his strength, but his toes were sticking out. He sighed. "I guess basketball isn't the sport for me either. My feet are too big for the shoes." The next day, Bigfoot decided to try football. He found a football and joined a group of players on a grassy field. Bigfoot kicked the ball. Boom! The ball flew across the field and landed far away. Everyone stared. "Wow, you're a good player." Bigfoot smiled. "Perhaps football is my sport." But then one of the players handed him a pair of football cleats. Bigfoot looked at them. He tried them on. His foot didn't fit. He tried putting only the front of the foot inside. Nope, didn't work either. Bigfoot sat down and looked at his feet. "I can't wear football shoes either." He felt sad and his shoulders dropped. "I tried skiing, I tried horse riding, basketball, and then football, but nothing seems to work. I just want to find a sport I can enjoy." Bella thought for a moment. Then her face suddenly lit up. "I have an idea. Volleyball." "Volleyball?" "Yes. You don't need special shoes to play volleyball. You can play right on the sand." "Are you sure?" "Of course." So Bigfoot and Bella went to the beach. They enjoyed a game of volleyball. Bigfoot jumped up, he hit the ball, and boom! The ball flew high into the sky, and everyone cheered. But then he started to have a funny feeling in his toes. His big toes wiggled, and he froze in his place. "Uh-oh!" Bella looked at him. "What happened? Are you okay?" "It's the sand." "What about it?" "It's going between my toes. It's tickling me." He wiggled his toes again and again. The sand tickled even more, and he started laughing so hard that he fell on his back. "Woo-hoo-hoo! It's ticklish! Tickly, tickly!" And then he said, "Oh, I guess volleyball isn't the sport for me." He laughed again, and Bella laughed too. "Don't worry about it. We'll find something." And suddenly, by the beach, he noticed a surfing board. A surfing board! Why didn't I think of this before? I could try surfing. Ooh, sounds like a good plan. Go ahead and try it. So, he bent his knees, he took a deep breath, and there he went, whoosh, over the waves. But then, the surfing board went right, went left, and boom, splash, into the water he went. "I cannot find my balance on the surfing board." He tried again and again, but his big feet kept messing up his balance on the surfing board. He came back to the beach and sat on the side, and again he felt sad. Bella was quiet. She had run out of ideas. Bigfoot had tried everything she could think of. Skiing didn't work. Horse riding didn't work. Basketball didn't work. Football didn't work. Volleyball was too ticklish. And surfing was too difficult. "Maybe there isn't a sport for me," he said. Bella sat beside him for a moment. And then she suddenly remembered something. "Wait a minute. I know one more sport that you can try." "What is it?" "Swimming." Bigfoot blinked. "Swimming?" "Yes." "And I don't need special shoes for that?" "No." "Skiing boots?" "No." You don't need anything. Then what do I need to put my feet in? Nothing. Nothing at all. Bigfoot jumped to his feet. Then what are we waiting for? Bella laughed. The two friends hurried to the nearest lake. Bigfoot stood at the edge of the water. He dipped one enormous foot into the lake and splash! Then he dipped the other. Splash! Bigfoot smiled. He moved forward, backward, kicked the water, and swam fast and then slow. He was enjoying his time so much. And then he said, "Maybe my feet aren't a problem after all. Maybe they're exactly what makes me a great swimmer." Eventually, his big feet helped him swim faster and harder than anyone else. From that day on, Bigfoot never worried about having the biggest feet in the forest. And he realized sometimes the thing that makes you different is the very thing that makes you special. And for Bigfoot, his biggest problem had turned out to be his greatest strength. The end. Thank you for listening, Dreamy Readers.